Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Red Potions video. So I wanted to talk about some forum posts that I saw, and I've been seeing for a few years now, where even before I was playing Elder Scrolls Online full-time, I saw a lot of questions about people talking about as they're leveling their character up to 50, and then after 50 when they're running specifically no CP Cyrodiil, what armor sets should they be wearing? And I kind of noticed that it's easy to actually wear armor sets, at least one armor set, that you can wear all the way up to level 50, and then you can make a level 50 set of it and wear it in no CP Cyrodiil. So I kind of wanted to talk about that. So if I'm trying to do a Magicka-based DPS, I tend to run War Maidens with Heartland Conqueror when I'm doing no CP Cyrodiil. But if my character isn't level 50 yet, I tend to not run Heartland Conqueror. I'll run War Maidens with Adapt Rider. So Adapt Rider gives you Major Gallop and Major Expedition at all times. And this is a crafted set, so if you can't craft the set yet, you're going to want to find a friend, somebody that can craft the set for you. But it's a huge advantage being able to move quickly, level 1 to level 50, and being able to move quickly in no CP Cyrodiil if you're under level 50. But as soon as you hit level 50, I drop Adapt Rider, and then I'll go for Heartland Conqueror. If I'm talking about a tank, I'm more likely to run the Pariah set. Increases physical and spell resistance by up to 9850 based on your missing health. So when my character drops to about 60% health or less, then this kind of allows me to more easily reduce my aggression, take a step back, and heal. So as a tank, this is a pretty good set for no CP. And so I'll run Helm of the Pariah, and Adapt Rider together when I'm trying to build a tank. With Magicka, I tend to run War Maidens, like I said, with Adapt Rider. And then I hit level 50, I drop Adapt Rider. And then also, there are lots of overland sets. So for example, I'm trying to run a two-handed sword build, or two-handed axe, two-handed maul. I tend to go to Alakir Desert, and I make sure to either farm or make with one of my other characters a Sword Singer set if I'm specifically running two-handed. So you get that weapon and spell damage. And there are many overland sets like this that you can run specific weapons and get that bonus. So level 1 to 50 Sword Singers, for example. And then anything Magicka-based, I run War Maidens. And then after I hit level 50, I drop Adapt Rider. I go with a secondary set. And you can use this to learn. Like, you can run Order's Wrath and Heartland Conqueror, Order's Wrath and War Maidens, Order's Wrath and Pariah. You can do any of these combinations, and you're going to have a pretty easy time in no CP Cyrodiil. I mean, as easy as you can expect anyway. You're talking about PvP. But then I'm also on my Sork because I wanted to also show that I'm running 5 pieces of Shattered Fate and 5 pieces of Sergeant's Mail. I get fantastic results in no CP Cyrodiil, in Battlegrounds, when I can kill overland bosses with this guy by myself, no companions, nothing. Fantastic combination of sets that actually work really, really well in no CP Cyrodiil. So I wanted to shout that out as well, specifically with my Sork, but it doesn't have to be a Sork. You could run 5 pieces Shattered Fate, 5 pieces Sergeant's Mail, and as long as you're running a Lightning Staff, because that is just the most effective weapon to run when you're running Sergeant's Mail. It's pretty much pointless for you to run anything else when you're running Sergeant's Mail. So if you don't want to run the Lightning Staff, then run 5 pieces of Shattered Fate with 5 pieces of whatever fits right for you. based on like what specific weapon you're running, so on and so forth. War Maidens, like I said, all of these are really, really good. So I just wanted you guys to be aware of all this stuff. It kind of is like when you're leveling your character up to 50, and then after you hit 50, when you're trying to learn the game, specifically PvP, and you want to go into no CP Cyrodiil, which I don't recommend. I recommend going into regular Cyrodiil. You're going to be able to learn the game a little bit better. If you go into no CP Cyrodiil, you're going to tend to maybe learn, depending on who you are as a person, your playstyle, everything like that. You might learn the game a little bit quicker, but from my personal experience, I tend to die actually more often in no CP Cyrodiil than just regular Cyrodiil. So just putting that out there for you guys. But I did notice newer players, they tend to favor no CP because they think that they're going to have an easier time. And so I just kind of want to throw this out for you guys so that maybe you guys will have an easier time while you are trying to learn what specific builds you want to go with, what armor sets you actually want to run at endgame, where like if you're trying to run through and get trial sets, something that might translate over from when you're leveling your character to after your character hits level 50, and then beyond that up until you start getting the trial sets and the PvP gear sets, or making the PvP gear sets like Rallying Cry, for example. Really, really good set for when you're working your way towards trying to learn as much about PvP as possible, more along the lines of like a veteran set, for like the end game level of PvP. But look at these sets. These sets might be perfect for when you're just starting out in PvE and PvP. Definitely Adept Rider before level 50. After you hit level 50, drop Adept Rider and go with another armor set until you get into trials and more veteran content of PvP. So just throwing that out there for you guys. Hopefully you guys found this informative. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one, all right? Laters.